Hello everyone and welcome to this new episode of EnergInform-Me. As you know, in a few days we will discover the outcome of this historical US presidential election, which might be a turning point for many areas, including the energy landscape in the US. So, in this episode we'll take a look at Trump's and Biden's proposals for energy policies. We'll talk about fracking, coal, infrastructure and renewables. So stay tuned and let's start now.
We saved our oil industry and now it's very vibrant again.
All right.
And everybody has very inexpensive gasoline.
No one's going to build another oil-fired plant in America. They're going to move to renewable energy, number one.
The first issue we'll explore is fracking. In fact, the development of shale oil and shale gas by hydraulic fracturation or fracking happened under Obama's mandate and continued under Trump. Although it requires huge volumes of water and also chemical additives to destroy the shale rocks, fracking allowed the US to stop relying on foreign energy imports and to become the world's biggest energy producer. Fracking now represents around 63% of total US crude production and over 7 million American jobs. Now, why is it important? Because some swing states, such as Pennsylvania for example, are highly relying on fracking. And the stance of each candidate on that question might be key for their vote. Biden's position on fracking has been a bit confusing throughout the campaign. During the primary debates, Joe Biden seemed to agree with Senator Bernie Sanders on the total ban of fracking. But afterwards he retracted his words, saying he wanted to ensure no new fracking permits are emitted. Trump has been clear on that point. He is in favor of fracking for two main reasons. The first one is preserving the direct and indirect jobs of the industry. And the second is guaranteeing access to affordable energy, as fracking technology significantly reduced oil and gas prices. Biden said he wants, quote, to reverse all the damage that Donald Trump has done to energy infrastructure as soon as he gets to the White House. More specifically, he mentions the Alaska Wildlife Refuge, which he wants to protect from new oil exploration projects that Trump has authorized in summer 2020. He's, however, willing to expand the US infrastructure and get the Americans involved in the construction to compensate for the jobs which were lost during the pandemic. In that respect, the two candidates have almost the same goal, except that by infrastructure, Biden rather means the electric grids and improving energy efficiency of buildings, whereas Donald Trump wants to more develop LNG export terminals and interstate pipelines. A few words on LNG while we're here. For the past years, the liquefied natural gas imports have literally exploded. So Trump's want to accentuate this trend, directing LNG exports toward Europe and also aiming at competing with Russian natural gas brought by Nord Stream 2. Biden would be likely to keep a relative status quo on LNG, considering it only from the pollution point of view. Trump has had a deregulation agenda in what deals with energy. During his mandate, he really facilitated the release of permits for the construction of new energy infrastructure, lifting traditional regulatory barriers. So we can think about the Keystone and Dakota Access pipelines, which he allowed to build despite local protests and insufficient assessment of environmental impact. Biden's strategy is regulatory enforcement on the federal level, notably through tightening the pollution standards. He specifically wants to tackle methane emissions.
President Trump basically says that you have to balance environmental interests and economic interests, and he's drawn his line.
Now once again, we get to the unavoidable arbitrage between the environment and the economy. The Republicans do establish an opposition between those two elements. During his mandate, Donald Trump has put a priority on the economics aspect, Because in the last debate, he was saying that environmental targets will harm the fossil fuel industry and eventually destroy jobs. Joe Biden, on the other hand, wants to combine the development of green energy with economic growth. How? With the help of the state. Sounds like the Green New Deal proposed by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Well, not exactly. According to Biden himself, who explained that this plan is a bit different, though inspired by this Green New Deal. It's less comprehensive and less radical in its goals as well. What we should remember from it is the goal of making the US power sector carbon neutral to 2050. But that does not mean becoming 100% renewable as the original Green New Deal suggests. In parallel, Biden wants to rejoin the Paris agreements, which Donald Trump withdrew from, and he also wants to massively invest in electric cars, a theme that is absent from Donald Trump's program. Donald Trump has several times expressed a commitment to protect coal mining jobs, but many analysts agree that the Biden's presidency would mean a decline of coal, which would be replaced gradually by renewable energy. However, it's important to note that this coal sector decline is already underway, even under Donald Trump, because the current market trend is the coal-to-gas switch. Exploiting coal has become less profitable, so coal miner jobs are threatened to disappear massively. On nuclear energy, finally, well, the two candidates don't say much, although the US are the country with the world's biggest number of reactors. Trump has fostered the research and development of advanced reactors, and he has the ambition to make them commercially available soon, and also to challenge China as an emerging nuclear exporter. Biden is also in favor of the development of small modular reactors. And with his ambition to achieve a fossil fuel-free energy till 2035, I don't really see how he can do this without nuclear energy. So that's it for today. I hope this video brought some information on the energy policies of these two candidates, and if you want to go deeper, you will find some sources in the description. Thank you very much for listening to this new episode, and don't forget to subscribe for more energy news. Bye!